Innovative content. Global audience.
In the Federal Capital Territory, we're reaching you live from our SRTV studio here in Abuja. My name is Princess KESSY, and this is Our Health. You know where you are, where we talk about your health, my health, and our health. Like that saying, health is wealth. So we need to look into things that are bordering on us, on our health, and people around us. And of course, today's topic, why I picked this topic is that a lot of people, there's this misconception between, and today's topic is dyspepsia. And of course, a lot of people, when we say functional dyspepsia, a lot of people mistake this to be ulcer, or because they have a similarity when we talk about the symptoms or maybe the treatment. Now, of course, I am not a professional when it comes to anything that has to do with health issues, and that is why I have with me on the show today a professional when it comes to health issues to enable us differentiate when we talk about ulcer, functional dyspepsia. We'll be able to find out which is which one, and when you have the symptoms, this feeling, you know exactly what to treat and what to look forward to. Good morning, Doctor. I have with me on the show this morning Dr. Erepeda Winifred Esite. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Yes, so we know that functional dyspepsia is something that a lot of people mistake to be ulcer. A lot of people mistake it to be indigestion and a lot of other related diseases. Now, tell us more about this functional dyspepsia.
Okay. First of all, functional dyspepsia is a diagnosis of exclusion, and is one of the common things we see in the casualty when you say acute exacerbation of PUD or you get functional dyspepsia, which is more common. So basically, it's a diagnosis of exclusion. There are some other diagnoses that hang around functional dyspepsia, like PUD, that's peptic ulcer disease, symptoms like heartburn, all of that. When they present like that, they come to the hospital, and then you ask them, do you have ulcer? Because that's the common one that everybody knows. Once they have heartburn, they feel they have ulcer, especially when they've had it in the past. So when you ask them, do you have ulcer? They say yes, which is not very accurate, but we understand what they're trying to say. What they're trying to say is that they have dyspepsia, which is that feeling of that burning sensation in their chest area. So what actually happens, it's associated with feeding.
Okay.
Usually associated with feeding. Some people, when they eat, they feel that pain. Some people, when they don't eat, they feel that pain. And it's a burning sensation, usually around the chest area. Some people will say it's the chest area. Some people will say it's their tummy. But what we usually do to specify where exactly the pain is, we'll ask them, use one finger
and touch
and point where you feel the pain. So when they point, it's usually here, just in between the chest and the abdomen. So for the purpose of this discussion, we're going to talk about the stomach. And this is not the stomach. The stomach is inside. It's the organ that's inside.
Oh, so when we say my stomach,
it's not the stomach.
Wow.
It's the abdomen.
Wow.
So this entire area is the abdomen. The stomach is the organ inside. So when they come with, some will say it's chest pain, some will say it's abdominal pain or stomach pain. But we'll ask them, use one finger point. They'll point here. Most times it's a burning sensation. Sometimes they are belching too.
Okay.
They are belching. Sometimes they feel like vomiting. A lot of times they feel like vomiting. Sometimes they would even have vomited before presenting, or even at presentation they start vomiting. Yes. In some very severe cases, they vomit with tinge of blood, some particles of blood.
That's serious.
Yes, that means there is an ulcer. So when you say ulcer, I have ulcer, it's not typically true for a lot of people.
That's properly checked before you can say this is ulcer or not.
Yes. So peptic ulcer disease, to diagnose peptic ulcer disease, when you say you actually have ulcer, you have to have done an endoscopy, upper GI endoscopy. That's upper gastrointestinal endoscopy, which is when they put a camera lens down from your mouth, down to your throat, to your stomach, and they're able to get to your duodenum and they check. And if they see ulcerations, which is a wound, they see a wound in your mucosa, yes, they say you have an ulcer. That's peptic ulcer disease. There are active ulcer craters there. Okay. So that's when you actually have, but if you've not done an endoscopy, what you just have assume, is dyspepsia. Yes, you just have dyspepsia, and then they will do investigations. So they will do blood work, they will do the endoscopy, which for usually for discomfort and cost, a lot of people, they don't want to do endoscopy. What usually happens when you come present as emergency like that and it's really bad, they give you medications and then you feel better. And then they tell you, okay, now that you're feeling better, we have to do an endoscopy to determine you're already feeling better, you're not interested in any other treatment again. But you've forgotten that the cause of the pain you felt is still there. It's still there. They're just giving you temporary relief. You will come back again if you don't do the endoscopy. If you go further to do the endoscopy, they will now determine whether you have an ulcer or not. And then they will know how to manage you from there to prevent a reoccurrence.
Now, when we talk about this dyspepsia, functional dyspepsia, now what are some of the symptoms?
Okay. The primary symptom is usually the epigastric pain. There's a part of the abdomen. The abdomen is divided into 9 regions. So the exact points where they are pointing to is the epigastric region. There's pain. The pain is usually characterized as sharp, sometimes burning. Okay. So that's how they describe the pain, sharp or burning sensation in the epigastric region. So that's the number 1 presentation. But before then, you would have noticed you easily get full. You eat little food, you get full. Yes, you get full. Before then, you'd have noticed you feel nauseous some of the times. Sometimes you will notice indigestion, which is when you eat and then the food is not properly digested. You're feeling full. You're not going to the toilet. It's just like the food is stuck in you. That's because there's gastroparesis. Your stomach that is supposed to move the food down, because there's what they call gastric emptying time, which is like 2 hours. So most of them, they have longer gastric emptying time. So the stomach does not move that food immediately. It takes longer time for the stomach to move the food down. And because of that longer time, they feel constipated, they feel bloated. They just, you must have eaten maybe yesterday in the evening, and then 11, 12 today, you're still feeling full, but you're hungry. You're hungry, but you feel full. There's a lot of gas, you're belching. Sometimes they're farting. That's the typical indigestion symptoms. So those are part of the symptoms. But when it comes in that acute phase, it comes with that pain.
Okay, now when we talk about this functional dyspepsia, a lot of people don't know about it. Like me, I know I'm a lay person when it comes to medical issues, but that name is not even familiar at all. Probably that is why people mistake it to be ulcer or indigestion or the related or similar diseases. Now, when we talk about this functional dyspepsia, when do we need to see a doctor?
Okay. Well, for the normal, the healthy individual, when you're even healthy, considered healthy, you still need to see the doctor when your WHO standard of healthy.
Really?
Yes, because WHO standard is not just physically, you have to be mentally sound, psychologically sound. When everything is perfect with you, you still have to see your doctor at least. The normal time is twice a year.
For no reason?
Yes, for no reason.
I just walk into the hospital and say, I'm here to see you. So what will I say?
The wellness
check. No complain.
No, it's not. We don't only come to complain. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yes, because there are routine checks that you should do at least in a year, once a year. Let's make it once a year for the average person. You should do routine tests.
Okay.
As far as you're eating, because you're eating, you're drinking water, you need to know how your kidneys are functioning. You need to know how your blood is functioning. You need to know certain things. So every year, if you're a woman, you need to know how your reproductive organs are. So there are basic tests that you need to do yearly.
Okay.
You should visit your doctor yearly. But apart from that, when you start having symptoms, you notice you're eating and then it's taking time to digest, you need to go and see your doctor. You can go to the general outpatient department, which is where even the healthy individuals are supposed to go when it's not an emergency. But most people, until even when they start having the pain, they just, move on with work, because even sometimes stress can induce, because when you're stressed out, your stomach will produce more acid.
Okay.
And that would also exacerbate, like increase the severity of whatever is going on there. So you're not supposed to just ignore it, especially when it started today and has on its own resolved. The body has handled it for you. You still need to go and see a doctor so that they can do investigations and then
check.
Yes. But when they most times when you see them is when it has escalated, it is now becoming dramatic. You want pain relief, you want instant relief and all of that. And after you do that, they've gone. So you are actually supposed to come to the hospital.
Okay, when we talk about this functional dyspepsia, doctor, what are some of the causes? Because a lot of us, like I always say, the lay people, we hear that, for instance, when we say ulcer, you're not eating well, you don't eat on time. But I think maybe since you're here, you can tell us more about that. What are some of the causes? What are the things we should do or should avoid to not to run into such diseases?
Okay. Let's start from lifestyle habits.
Okay.
So there are some things we do on a normal that we think we just ignore that can trigger these things. They will trigger it gradually over time, like eating and sleeping in almost immediately. After
I think I'm
eating,
guilty of that one. I eat not less than 30 minutes, I'm off to bed.
so that's actually very wrong. You're supposed to give
Wow.
your body time, about 2 hours, to digest that food.
Wow.
Yes.
2 whole hours.
Yes, because
We
once
don't even have that time here in Nigeria.
the time is there, because if you want to eat three meals in a day, 3 meals in a day or 2 meals in a day, whichever one that you want, you have to have a time that you're going to eat this food. You have to regulate your body. Your body is like let's say it's a machine.
Okay.
You have to design, okay, this is when you're going to eat, this is when you're going to eat. So if you know you close by 10 p.m. and that's when you're going to get home, maybe your dinner, you should have arranged for dinner before
that time.
Yes, before that time, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you've had your dinner at work before you get home. So when you get home,
you would have covered the 2 hours.
Yes, you've covered the 2 hours and you're active. So you're sitting upright and you've eaten and you're doing your activities. The body is going to use that time to digest the food.
Okay.
So by the time you get home, when you freshen up, you're free to go to bed. You just drink water, no eating of anything. So there's usually, sometimes what I say is that when somebody offers me food after I know my time for eating is, I just say, I've closed for the day. That's the term I use. I've closed for the day.
Really?
Because anything you take now is not to help the body. It's going to damage. Yes, it's going to damage the body. No matter how, even if it is a healthy smoothie, it is going to damage the body, because you are about to.
Serious, doctor?
Yes, even if it's a healthy food, you're about to damage the body. You are better off eating chips and chicken earlier than eating salad and juice just before going to bed, because whatever you're eating, the stomach will still secrete that acid, and that acid is very strong. It's the pH is about 1 to 1.5. The acid that is, so it can melt literally anything.
Wow.
So once that acid is coming, immediately you put something in the stomach. The brain will send information to the stomach that there's something inside it. You have to empty it. It's a lumen. The stomach is like this, and then the duodenum, which is the intestines, they're all down. So the stomach will have to secrete that juice, that gastric juice, which is very acidic, to dissolve those things and then push it down the lumen. So once you're eating that late, it's going to be bad for you. And then some people eat while lying down. You eat while lying down. You're just, maybe you want to watch a movie, you're lying down, which is wrong. As we're sitting up like this, the lumen is arranged upwards. So by the time you're lying down, it's the other way. So once you're eating, the food is not arranging itself in the stomach like this, which of course by the time maybe when it gets to third, it will alert you that I'm full. Yes, but when you're lying down like this, even when you're not full, it will just, let's say this is the stomach, it will take it halfway like this, and then this is the junction between the esophagus and then the stomach. So there's a gate. There is the gastroesophageal sphincter.
Okay.
That's the gate that allows food to come from the esophagus into the stomach. So the food and the gastric acid, as you're lying down, it is flowing and touching the gate. So the sphincter is also made of very light material, just like the stomach. So this acid is pouring on it, which is not supposed to happen. But because you're lying down, the acid is pouring on it. That first day you do it, the sphincter will tolerate it and heal itself. But when you do it regularly, it will continue to erode it. So that sphincter will now be weak. So even after eating, that because the sphincter is weak, the acid will be, you'll be feeling chest pain, not just here, it will be going up here. So that's what they call gastroesophageal reflux disease.
Wow.
So the acid is reflux, which is backward flow of the acid. You're filling the acid up to this point. So they will complain of the pain here, and then they will complain of the pain here, and it's a burning sensation. That one is not missing. And a lot of people, once they have it, they start to drink cold water, thinking the cold water will, it will just give you a 2-second relief, and it will start again, because the pH of water is neutral. It's not going to do anything. And that's just a very acidic fluid that is eroding that place, and you're feeling the pain. So you need to take drugs for that again.
Wow. So these are major causes.
Yes, those are major causes. Then you could also do this. There's drugs that we take.
Okay.
Yes, especially when you're doing self-medication.
Okay.
If you feel
that
pain,
was actually what I talked about on my last head show last Thursday. Self-medication.
Yes, it's very horrible. So self-medication can even cause, even when you're a normal functioning individual, it can cause it. So there are pain medications we call non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. So they're called NSAIDs. So those drugs, they are common ones like ibuprofen and diclofenac, then aspirin. Those are the common ones, the NSAIDs. So those drugs, now you feel some pain, maybe headache, you feel body pains, you go and take ibuprofen, and then you're taking it without the doctor's prescription. So you're not supposed to take those drugs first of all on an empty stomach. You're not supposed to take them for a long period of time. You're not supposed to take them and just sleep. So those are things you're supposed to be careful about. That's why when a doctor is giving you drugs, they're telling you, okay, this particular drug, this is how you will take it. This is when you will take it.
So now, not just food, even there are times we take medication and you have to sit upright for a while before you go to bed.
Yes, like you've eaten and then you've taken a drug, because you can't take NSAIDs without eating.
Okay.
So once you take diclofenac, they'll tell you, okay, I'm giving you, if you don't have ulcer, if you're taking diclofenac, you eat, then you take the drug. Then you stay for some time for the drug and the food to go down, then you can continue your activities. So those are the drugs that people take. And then sometimes you've gone to a hospital for some maybe knee pain or something, and then they gave you ibuprofen, and then you said, oh, it worked that time, so you go to the pharmacy and you
keep buying
and then you take it for a long period of time.
Yes.
Even when you're eating with it, or you are taking it for a long period, which is not supposed, they're not meant drugs that you take on a long stretch. So once you're doing that, you're also stimulating, and that's one of these drugs can cause ulcers, not just dysfunctional dyspepsia. It will cause ulcer, and then sometimes you see them, they will bleed from the mouth. Some people even go as far as when they vomit, it's just what we call it frank blood. You vomit blood, complete blood, no food in it, it's just blood, because that place is bleeding. The drug has eaten into the stomach, and you're actively bleeding from the stomach.
Wow. Well, viewers, it's quite interesting here. Like I say, we the lay people, thank God we have a professional here. I have with me here Dr. Erepada Winifred Site, a casualty doctor, and today's topic is functional dyspepsia. This is something people mistake to be ulcer, to be indigestion, but thank God we have her here today. She's doing quite a justice to this topic. Now, don't go anywhere. We'll come back after this break, and we have a lot more to discuss and to know, of course, about this functional dyspepsia. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtime 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. But my name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week. The Nigerian Week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your tickets. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi. Okay, I'm back with a flow, no joking.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you. As the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtime 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. But my name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week. The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your tickets. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi. Okay, I'm back with a flow, no joking. You gotta muscle up, cause no.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you. As the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtime 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. But my name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week. The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your tickets. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi. Okay, I'm back with a flow, no joking. You gotta muscle up.
RTV London in partnership with NTA TV.
Ladies, are you ready? Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you. As the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtime 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. My name now is Femi, aka the music and Taliban. What up, Nigeria? Kate the Outer NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. The Afrobeat Night. Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week. On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because
we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your ticket. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
Okay, I'm back with a flow, no joking. You gotta muscle up.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you, as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for
that quick break. This is our health. On today's topic, we're discussing functional dyspepsia. I have with me here doing justice, great justice to this topic, Dr. Erepade Winifred Esite, a casualty doctor. Doctor, before that break, I was about asking you. Now, a lot of people here, like I said, just assume this functional dyspepsia is ulcer, indigestion, another now, and they tend to ignore. Because a lot of people, we feel like, even me, I'm guilty, we feel like, okay, I know I'll just go and buy this medication, take this, and that will die off the pain. I don't tend to, because the symptom is no longer there. I feel like, okay, I'm strong, it's no longer there. But what are some of the risk factors when it comes to this functional dyspepsia?
Okay, the risk factors. We can talk about the risk factors. Like I said, the lifestyle and behavioral issues is one of the risk factors, which is when I talked about the pattern of eating and then the content of what you're eating. Eating when you're used to eating highly acidic food. Yes, you're used to eating highly acidic foods. There are some people, when they wake up in the morning, they take apple cider vinegar, which is highly acidic.
Okay.
So they do it for weight loss, but they take it
on empty stomach.
If you're cooking a meal and then maybe it involves apple cider vinegar, maybe a spoon or 2 spoons, it's different. But they take it on empty stomach. Thinking, it will wash away the fats. Or this lemon and lime, which are also acidic. Citruses like oranges. You've not eaten. Maybe you're driving on your way back home. You're stuck in traffic and you're hungry, and then you think to take what do they call it? Oranges. Oranges are acidic, highly acidic. So
they are not meant to be taken on an empty stomach
at all.
Okay.
So when you take those acidic
and a lot of people do breakfast with oranges.
Yes, which is very wrong. And then especially when they are trying to lose weight, oranges on their own, they have high sugar content and then they have high acidic content. So it's a very wrong this thing for breakfast. It looks beautiful, it looks colorful, but it's health-wise, it's not advisable. So when you take apples are also in the other acidic group. The acidic foods that you should not take. Then when you take this strong or should I call it complex carbohydrates that are like beans now. Okay. I know a lot of people think beans is protein.
Even me, number one.
Beans is majorly
fiber
carbohydrates, not just any carbohydrate, complex carbohydrates.
Wow.
It takes more time.
So why am I eating it? Because I try to inculcate beans into my meal because I feel like it's protein. Even if I don't like beans, let me just eat it for my body to function well.
No,
I don't get it.
You get better. You get protein from boiled eggs and
wow, good news.
Meat and fish and all of that, but not beans. Beans is just carbohydrate. You can eat beans if you know your next meal is going to be a very long time. So you can eat beans because
So
it takes time to digest. So it's going to spend time in the stomach.
Wow.
So it's not even that 2 hours. That
takes longer time.
It's going to take so much longer. So you can't eat beans and sleep. Even that 2 hours is not going to be enough for that.
Wow.
Beans can stay up to 6 hours in your stomach and it has not digested. Then you're now sleeping. So it's very wrong when you take all those acidic things or complex foods that are not easily digested and then you sleep. You can take it when you're going out in the morning or in the afternoon when you're being active, but not at night. So you take, or people even close their day with lemon and lime in hot water and they just drink and then.
How healthy is that?
It is not it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. So people when they even come to the hospital, when you're trying to tell them to eat, they'll tell you, doctor, I even start my day and end my day with lemon and lime. And you don't know you're killing yourself instead of helping yourself. So wow, just make you already have an acid producing stomach. You're not taking something acidic. You know, another thing we do this milk. Milk is going to produce lactic acid. That's what's in milk. Yes, it has this soothing effect that when you're having that pain, it gives you that
calm relief, somewhat of relief.
But then the lactic acid starts to come out and then it adds on top of the acid that's already producing. So the acid content is now stronger. So you're getting worse instead of getting better. Those are the things that will, if you're doing all of that, you're gradually working your way to functional dyspepsia or any of the PUD, peptic ulcer disease, dyspepsia, and all of that. So, and then if you notice yourself that you eat and then you're always having indigestion because you have longer time, it takes longer time for your food to digest, and you know that there's also something wrong. That's gastroparesis. You're having an issue there. So you need to see the doctor, let them do an endoscopy, let them run tests. There's also an infection that can cause it. It's called H. pylori.
Okay.
Helicobacter pylori. So that one you can do a blood test, you can do a stool test to check if the person has the infection.
Okay.
Sometimes when you're when people that cook have maids, or maybe when you want to cook you don't wash properly and all of that, maybe you get H. pylori and you get infected. The H. pylori is the infection. It's a microorganism that can cause ulcer when you eat the food.
That's if you don't cook the food properly.
Yes, if you don't cook.
Are we talking about the protein or any other thing?
Any food at all.
Okay.
So when you eat it with the organism, it goes to the stomach and then it begins to grow.
Wow.
Into the mucosa, so it will cause ulcer too. So that's why when you get to the hospital, after they've given you that relief medication, they'll take your blood for the to check if you have the microorganism. They also check the stool too. Sometimes you find it in stool, sometimes you find it in blood. So they'll do that and then they'll do an endoscopy. They'll do a thorough investigation. And though you're always belching, sometimes it just starts at belching because you eat and then especially if you have gastroesophageal reflux disease, you know the sphincter is no longer working. So when the food has gone from the esophagus to the stomach, the sphincter is supposed to close, but because it's not working properly, you see it's opening like this. So air will go in. So you have food, you have acid, then you have air going in, and then before you know you're belching, you're bringing out air from your stomach. That's where you see them belching. So sometimes the air will go with the food, so you see them farting a lot. Yes. So those are the
now, doctor, when we talk about this functional dyspepsia, now what are some of what could be if left untreated, what will happen at the end of the day?
If left untreated, it's a should I say it's a journey. So when it starts at the early stages, when you're not really, it's just discomfort. If you don't attend to it, if it's an ulcer that is causing it, the ulcer begins to grow. Especially when you continue with your habits, it begins to eat deeper and deeper, and then if it gets to a blood vessel, it begins to bleed. So sometimes you see there's blood in the stool, not red blood, but the stool becomes dark.
Okay.
So It's not, if it's red blood, it means the bleeding is coming from the lower part of the GI.
Okay.
But if your stool is now dark, you know that your stool, no matter what you eat, I'm not saying when you eat vegetables, when you eat rice, you eat whatever, and then your stool is coming out black, you're bleeding from the up, and then your stomach and your intestines are processing it and then producing it as that black. The hemoglobin is coming out in the stool, so your stool is always black. So it can even get as bad as reducing the blood level in the body, the PCV. So you may become anemic. It can lead to anemia. Then, of course, if you are having issues with eating, is something that you must do. You can say, okay, you fast for 2-3 days.
Okay.
But in a month, you must eat.
You must eat.
It's a part of your growth. It's a part of your survival. It's a survival mechanism for human beings. You have to eat. So if your eating habits, if you're not eating properly, it will reduce the quality of your life. It affects the health of the individual. You're not digesting well. You're not eating. When you eat to help yourself, you're facing a lot of problems. So it affects the quality of their lives. It will make you to lose blood. It make it so a lot of people even lose weight.
Okay.
Because the food you're supposed to be eating properly, you're scared of eating now. So you're losing weight. You're not eating properly. Even when you eat, it's not going to digest properly. Sometimes you even have to stimulate from eating. So those are the things that will happen if you don't treat.
Okay, now, so what are some of the differences when we talk about functional dyspepsia and, of course, ulcer, indigestion? These three looks very similar.
Yes.
And I think even their treatment, I don't know, is it the same treatment? What are the similarities? And, of course, how do we differentiate these three?
Well, the functional dyspepsia is the diagnosis of exclusion.
Okay.
So when the patient presents and then describes all the symptoms that I've talked about, and then you ask the patient, do you have ulcer? They'll say yes. But most times it's not the truth. So it's just dyspepsia they have. So if it is ulcer, you have
Doctor, you're going to hold that thought. Somebody wants to ask you a question.
Okay.
Hello, you are live. Good afternoon. Good morning. Sorry, good morning. You're live on the show. Health.
Yeah, I'm Ene. I'm calling from Abuja.
Welcome, Ene.
Okay, yeah. So I understand you're discussing ulcer, right?
Yes, that's part
really
of the discussion. Okay.
Okay, so I just have a question to ask. You know, there are a lot of myths about this ulcer thing. Some persons say ulcer is caused by pepper, ulcer is caused by not eating frequently. So I just want to know, for some of us that, find it difficult to do breakfast, or for some of us that like pepper a lot, do we stand the chance of, getting ulcer in the long run? No.
Go ahead, doctor.
Okay. For the thing is,
Did you hear my question?
yes, I got your question. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, doc.
Okay, so if you say eating pepper, if you don't have ulcer, you don't have these dyspeptic symptoms, you don't have chest pain during when you eat or when you don't eat, you're free to eat as much pepper as you like. But when you're eating that pepper, you have to allow the pepper to digest. You drink water, allow the pepper to digest. Or the peppery food. If you're eating fries, you allow the food to digest, but you don't leave those foods. When you leave them in your stomach and then you go to sleep or you lie down, it's now a problem. That is what can now cause the ulcer. It's not that the pepper itself is causing the ulcer. Yes. So you have to allow the food digest, and then you don't wake up in the morning and I know some people eat fresh pepper atarodo on its own. You don't wake up in the morning and start your day with that. You have to eat something because your stomach at that point is full of acid. So you have to eat something else with it.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, doctor. And finally, before I go, I want to ask on indigestion. I know you're discussing that as well.
Yes.
So I usually have these issues with indigestion. Like most times, if I stay hungry for a long period of time, and then eventually I eat, I usually have this constipation. And so what could be the problem and what could be the solution to that?
Okay, so the constipation you're talking about It's caused by that gastroparesis that I discussed earlier. When you have delayed gastric emptying, your food is not going down in time. So what you need to do is to go for investigations. They have to do investigations. They have to do an endoscopy to find out if your sphincter is okay. If you have any ulcers, they have to do thorough investigations for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, doctor. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ene, for calling us. We're grateful.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, that was Ene from Abuja here. And doctor, we were just discussing about even me, like what she said, to add to that, sometimes when I don't eat on time and I tend to eat later, all of a sudden during that time as I'm eating, I'll be having this mild pain in my tummy. You know, I don't know whether then we used to say in school, then they will not be saying the worms are actually dragging the food now. Survival of the fittest, who will eat first. And then that process, you're not having these pains here and then. Now, what's that? What does that mean?
So it's part of what we were talking about.
Okay.
She actually talked about constipation. You're talking about pain. Sometimes there might even be a mass somewhere.
Okay.
That is close to a nerve. So whenever you're eating, because once you're eating, your entire gastrointestinal system, at some point, each part is going to have to contract and relax. Contract is it's what they call peristalsis. So there's going to be this contraction and relaxation. And in the process of doing that, that part that is you're feeling the pain, there's a pathology there. And for you can't just determine that by just talking to the doctor. You have to do a proper investigation, which is an endoscopy.
Okay.
Yes, I think the average cost of endoscopy right now in Nigeria is between 45,000 to 60,000.
Really?
Yes.
But doctor, talking about the economy as well, don't you think this is the reason people self-medicate? Because somebody might not have up to that money in their account, they don't even have money to feed, and then they're going to spend so much on doing this test or this check.
Yes. So the thing is, concerning what I've seen, from my experience in the hospital, the truth is, everybody, in fact, a majority of 95% of people have the money to do that proper to treat themselves properly, but they come to the point where they look at it that, oh, this month I'm going to spend so amount, and I have this to do, and I have this to do, and they forget that if I'm not in the right frame of mind, if I'm not healthy, if I'm in pain, if I am bedridden right now, I would need to actually sit down and take care of my health. I will not be thinking of those things I want to pay or spend money on. You would actually have that money, because the cost of treating yourself like that endoscopy is about 50, let's say average of 50,000 naira to do that. Let's assume you're not covered by insurance. So 50,000 naira, and then let's say investigations and all of the admissions, let's say you're spending between 100 and 150,000 naira, but you forget that after doing that, you do not have the problem again. You do not have
so you remove your,
that is the end of the problem. But then you say no, and doctor, what can we do? Let's just arrest the problem now. So you spend like 30,000 now. Next month you come back again,
spend another one.
It's a bit worse. You're spending 45, but you are thinking it's not 150,000, so it's okay. But how much have you spent? The next month you're coming back again, and it's gradually getting worse until the day you will have to spend 1.5
down to come and spend the full money, or even more than
far more than, because by the time it has gone that way, you're not just doing endoscopy to find out, you are going to do endoscopic repair of wherever is bleeding, because we've seen people. If you vomit frank blood, like at the point where you are vomiting just pure blood, if you vomit 3 times, 4 times, the person will die.
Wow.
So it's serious. It is that serious. So when you don't address it at the beginning, you're saying, no, let's just spend 20K this month. But you're able to sort out your other things that you want to sort out within that month with the rest of the money. But then you will keep spending that money until the day the doctor explains to you that this thing is really bad, and even you, the way you are feeling is like you're almost dying. That money will come out. Because each person, I always advise all my patients, as you get your money for the month, even though you're not sick, There's what they call emergency fund. You have to keep a percentage
for every when you're healthy. I'm going to be
when you're healthy,
moving forward.
Keep a percentage because it's not nobody likes. I don't think any there's this hardworking nature Nigerians have. There's no hardworking person that likes soliciting for funds for their health
at all. I don't like that.
You would like to be able to say, okay, I had this health issue, I addressed it no matter how expensive it is. So when you're healthy, you're working for something. You're not just working for nothing. So at the end of every month, you keep a percentage of your money in an account for your health.
Wow.
And some hospitals are designed in a way that you can actually, when your card is there, you deposit money.
Do we have hospitals like that here in Nigeria?
Yes.
Abuja here.
This Abuja here. Your money is always there. So that time you come in an emergency, even when you come, some people come in such a bad state that there's nobody around them. Nobody knows when they will be brought into the hospital.
That is true.
You can be brought into the hospital and they need to do something that will save your life. And then
because
there's nobody here
to call
with you. Even if there's maybe your parents, they have the money, but there's nobody with you there to run around and do that. So you need to keep a certain amount that you call emergency/health funds.
Wow,
that's
I didn't know that. I thought we used to see these things overseas.
No, it happens here in Nigeria, in this Abuja. There are hospitals like that. So you deposit your emergency funds in your account. So whenever you're coming, whatever you're doing, it is just taking out money from what you've kept there. So every month there must be an emergency fund because you don't know when anything is going to happen. So that's the way I feel we should address our health. And then in that case, even if yes, you might not have the money to address this issue now, but let's say you ask your doctor, can I come in like a month or two and let me do a proper workup for everything? And then the doctor is not going to start pursuing you and calling you, come and check. No, you come back in 2 months' time, you do a proper check, investigate yourself. If there's anything you need to know, you're going to spend good money on your health. And that's the thing. It was until it's dying minute, that's when we want to spend.
That is how Nigerians are. You know how it is. When
and then they come and start shouting,
yes,
doctor, be fast. No, leave that patient and attend to me. I've been here for 2 minutes. I need, it's not like that. Address it when it starts so that at the end of the day, we're not dragging you from the borderline, whether you're going to die or not. We're not dragging you at that point. Because once you vomit frank blood, you start vomiting frank blood. There's little or nothing somebody can do immediately.
At that point, oh my God.
4 times, 3-4 times, the person is gone. There was a patient that I attended to after just 1 episode of vomiting. He already went into shock, and the next episode he just passed out.
Oh,
and we have not even
sad.
The speed at which we're doing it, everybody hands on deck, and he has had those symptoms for a very long time. So these are things that I feel your attitude towards your health, no matter how little, is what really matters. Because if you have the right attitude from the beginning, you start it and you address it.
Wow, there's a lot to know about this functional dyspepsia, and there is a lot also to know about ulcer, indigestion, and a lot of health issues here we've been talking about today. I am still here live in the studio with Dr. Eripade. She has done justice to this topic and she's still here to discuss more. Now, viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue with the discussions. Of course, you know health is wealth, so this is the place you need to be at right now. Stay with us, don't go anywhere.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtime 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. My name now is Femi, aka the music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? Kate to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat night.
Afrobeat night.
The Afrobeat night.
Afrobeat night.
Nigerian week in London.
The Nigerian week.
The Nigerian week. The Nigerian week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah. Go get your ticket. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
Okay, I'm back with a flow, no joking. You got a muscle up.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SR.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtime 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. My name now Femi, aka the Music and Taliban. What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. The Afrobeat Night. Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week. On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because
we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your ticket. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
Okay, I'm back with a flow, no joking. You gotta muscle up, cause no pain.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtime 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. My name now Femi, aka the Music and Taliban. What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week. On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because
we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your ticket. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV, who takes the...
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtime 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. My name now Femi, aka the Music and Taliban. What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week. On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because
we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your ticket. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
Okay, I'm back with a flow now.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you, as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtimes having a.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince of mine.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. My name now Femi, aka the music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat night.
Afrobeat night.
The Afrobeat night.
Afrobeat night.
Nigerian week.
Quick break. We're still here on our health, of course, discussing things that are issues that are bordering on your health, my health, and our health. And today's discussion, it's functional dyspepsia, things that are related to ulcer, indigestion, and a whole lot more. I have with me here Dr. Eripade Winifred Esite, a cardiology doctor. We're still here discussing. So, doctor, before that break, I was going to ask you, we're actually saying something about how do we differentiate when we talk about ulcer, functional dyspepsia, or indigestion, because they look so similar, the symptoms and everything.
Yes. So the only way to differentiate, you have to actually do investigations in a hospital. You have to do blood work, you have to do endoscopy, which is the diagnostic investigation for peptic ulcer disease. And then when they do all of these, that's when they can tell you exactly which one you have. Now, if you have all the symptoms that we described and then all your tests are normal, that's when we call it functional dyspepsia. You have the symptoms, you have the characteristics, but there's no exact cause for it.
Okay.
Yes.
So up till now, we don't know the cause of this.
No. There's no cause. The diagnosis of exclusion.
Okay.
You exclude every other thing, and then you say this is what is happening.
We know that here in Nigeria, over 20 to 40% of the people live with this functional dyspepsia, and I bet a lot of people, like we said earlier, don't know that this is what it is. They just assume that this is ulcer, this is indigestion, like somebody called now, and it even means sometimes I eat after a long while of starving, I'll eat and I start feeling these pains. People just assume and presume everything is ulcer. And now when we talk about this particular functional dyspepsia, doctor, what do you think now? What's your advice to Nigeria? You know, a lot of people too, like you said earlier, they don't care about their health. We just want that point where it's serious. We need to see a doctor, but the normal one is just to go to a nearby pharmacist. Of course, you know, we have access to some of these medications as well. Unlike, I know somebody that lives outside the country, they'll tell you, here is not Nigeria. You just don't go there and say, give me this, and they won't give to you. But here we have access to these medications, and thereby people don't tend to ignore the fact that you need to go for proper checkup. You need to do proper findings to ascertain which is which and what you're supposed to do.
I think what we can start with is behavioral changes. You start with behavioral changes. Your attitude towards your health has to improve.
Okay.
Behavioral changes. You have to eat properly. People forget that once in your lifetime, not at least, you're supposed to see a dietitian. You don't have to be diabetic or be in some serious crisis to see a dietitian. It's part of what you do when you go to the hospital to do your wellness check.
Okay.
When you go, you're feeling very fine, but then you want to see a doctor. You see the general doctor, and then they also refer you to a dietitian. The dietitian will talk to you about the eating habits, what you should eat, what is healthy for you, what is good for you. You tell the dietitian about your goals, not just about weight loss or weight gain or anything. You tell the dietitian about your goals, your health goals. Even this nail growth and then hair growth, it all has to do with your diet. Even the skin conditions, some people, no matter what cream they are using, they still have bad skin. You talk to your dietitian about all of that. So this is part of your wellness check. So your attitude towards your health needs to be paramount. At the beginning of the year, one of the goals you should even have is to take your health more seriously. And what you can do is to go and see your doctor even when you're healthy. So you change your attitude towards your health. You spend that by you have to make up your mind you're going to spend more on your health to be a functioning, healthy human being. Then you need to eat properly, obey your doctor's advice. Then you do your investigations. When you do all of this, I can assure you that you will not have any of all these issues.
What does smoking have to do in all this? Well,
smoking and alcohol intake. Alcohol on its own is a strong liquid. That alone is not supposed to stay in your stomach. Some people even take alcohol on empty stomach. And then when they drink alcohol, you drink it like you're drinking water. So if you're eating like the Italians do, you can take a glass of red wine with the food. They eat and then they take a glass of wine with their food. They don't carry a bottle of red wine. Oh, I passed my exam, 1 bottle of red wine or 3 bottles of champagne. I made it through my first week of work. 3 bottles of champagne, you gouge it down on an empty stomach. That is very unhealthy. It is something that the stomach is not supposed to tolerate. Smoking too is a very, very bad habit. Apart from affecting the airways, it can also trigger acid production, which will cause ulcers too.
So all this you said so far, if I want to wrap my hands around, I would say eating habits should be taken seriously.
Yes.
What you do, the do's and the don'ts after eating, the time to eat and all that, as to avoid this functional dyspepsia.
Yes.
And now you didn't tell us what are some of the treatment. How do people get to be treated, or what are the treatment for this functional dyspepsia?
Yes, the treatments. Let me start by talking about home remedies.
Okay.
There are some things you can do. Let's say you're at home and then you just want to handle the situation before coming to the hospital. You know this sodium bicarbonate, baking soda.
Yes, baking soda.
So each person, if you know you're having all the symptoms, you should always have baking soda at home, because baking soda is alkaline.
Okay.
It's mildly alkaline or moderately alkaline. So once you start feeling that chest symptom, before coming to the hospital, you should take like a teaspoon of baking soda and then you put in half a teacup of warm water.
Okay.
And you can use cold water or warm water, whichever one. So you put half a full teaspoon of the baking soda.
Okay.
You mix it and then you gouge it. Now that will now alter the pH, because what's causing that
down the acid and all that
is the acidic pH. So the alkaline thing you're taking now will now go against the acid that is in your stomach, and it will neutralize it. It's just like quenching fire. When when the firefighters come and they are using the water hose.
Wow,
that's interesting. Yes, but that will not cause. It's just like there's a gas that is on fire. It is leaking and it has caught fire. So that water they are pouring is just not going to stop. Yes, it's just going to pave a way for them to go to the source and stop it.
Okay.
So that's what you can do, so that you don't you
have time, maximum time to rush to the hospital, exactly your health providers and all that.
Because pain alone can make you go into shock. That the person can faint. You can faint when the pain is too much for your body to handle. The body will shut down. You will faint.
Okay.
And then you will not be able to give us good history, talk, and you will not be comfortable enough to even talk if you're even still conscious. So you can do that before coming to the hospital. So you describe the pain and everything. That will just temporarily resolve what is going on. So when you come to the hospital, there's what we call proton pump inhibitors.
Okay.
So those are the drugs that they will give you immediately. Those ones will stop the production of the acid.
Okay.
For now, it will stop the production of the acid. Then they will give you antacid, which if you have not taken the baking soda, it will also help. And even after taking the baking soda, if you still feel the pain, they will give you antacid. It has the higher pH, which is also alkaline, so it will doubt the effect of the acid.
Now, when I hear the word alkaline, that means there are some bottled waters will buy, they will tell you this is alkaline water and all that. That means when we take this water, it helps us somehow to die down acid, excess of acid.
Yes. So basically, alkaline foods are usually the best foods. Yes, but then on the pH scales, there's mildly alkaline, there's moderately alkaline, there's extremely alkaline. Now, mind you, extremely acidic is the same thing as extremely alkaline. You know what this bleach they use?
Yes.
It's not acidic. This one that people use in community suicide, it's not acidic. It is extremely alkaline.
Oh.
So if you're taking something extremely alkaline stuff, you pour it on your hand, it will burn you. Just the same way extremely acidic will burn you. Yes. So water you're drinking is very mildly alkaline. They can't make water that can be moderately alkaline or extremely alkaline. It's not going to be suitable for you to drink. So yes, you're taking mildly alkaline, but it's not enough to sort that out.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I just before we let you go, doctor, does this functional dispensers go away on its own, or how do we make it go away finally, or something you have to live with? And just be on treatment?
It's not something you have to live with.
Okay.
It's something that you can resolve in the hospital through management.
Okay.
So if you do your investigations, you listen to your doctor about the lifestyle modifications, you don't repeat those bad habits, you alter those habits, you take your medications according to what the investigations have revealed, then you will resolve it. And as far as you don't go back to old habits, you will never have it. So you really don't have to live with functional dyspepsia.
Wow, I've been here on the show. It's been quite a show today. I've learned so much. I didn't know that ulcer is different from this functional dyspepsia or indigestion. So we all just think, we the lay people just think, once you have the heartburn, the chest pain, this abdominal up parts, the pain, or eating during the pains you have while eating, or during while you're fasting, we just feel like, okay, it's ulcer, and we just conclude. But thank God for this program today. We've been able to learn that there's difference between functional dyspepsia and ulcer. So you have to do a proper check. Don't just sit at home and say, no, it's ulcer. I know I treat it. I'll drink milk. The thing will go. Please, you've heard from our doctor of the day. Do well to go see your healthcare providers. Let them do a proper check. Like we always say, health is wealth. And don't forget also, doctor, also we used to tell them to drink water. But a lot of people, when you say drink, be on fluid, they think, okay, alcohol is fluid. Like Dr. Vivian used to say, don't tell them to be on fluid. You tell them to be on what, to take water often. Because when you say fluid, a lot of people will tell you, okay, alcohol, now let's just keep the body with alcohol. Thank you so much for being part of the show. We appreciate your time. Maybe hopefully next time we'll do this again. There's still a lot of areas to touch when it comes to the health issues here in Nigeria. A lot of like I said earlier on the show, now this is a disease that over 20 to 40% of people here in Nigeria will be diagnosed with, and it's something you do well to check as well. Let's do away with assumption now. Let's go down deep. Like she told the caller as well, you need to check, you need to be sure that this is what and how to treat it. And good news is not something that you have to live with. So at some point you treat, and a proper lifestyle, it goes away. That is the take home today. And do well also, like she said, to keep money on. When you receive your salary, be keeping a part for whether or not you're healthy now, you're fine, you're the strongest, just be keeping a little stipend here and there for later use. Thank you so much. I've been on the show on Our Health with Dr. Erepada Winifred Esite, a cardiac doctor. Thank you so much for being on the show today. We appreciate your time. You've done justice to this topic, functional dyspepsia, and we pray also that next time we'll be able to bring you here again on the studio to do some other justice to other topics. But viewers, that's a place we'll call it a wrap. Today is a good place to end the show today. But just before we go, don't forget our Nigerian Week London that is fast approaching. Like what we say, when we turn up, it's usually fun. So beware to be part of that event. Get your ticket, get your stand. We'll have a lot of celebrities that are coming on board. We have a lot of ministries, agencies that are partnering with us already. You know what that means when we turn up. Let's talk about the film. Let's talk about the music and the food. Oh my God, the food, different kind of delicacies will be displayed. And then we have also a lot of business opportunities. Don't forget that a lot of people are coming from the US, from Canada, Germany, everywhere, all over the globe just to attend that event. So you don't want to be left out. Get your tickets and book your stand. As well, we have a lot of Nollywood stars that are already on ground. We have the likes of Ice Prince, Orisha Femi, Konga, and a lot of superstars already. Terry G, they are all on board to attend that event. So be part of that event. And just before I go, don't forget also drivers to drive carefully while you are out there and obey the traffic laws. And also remember to be on water, not alcohol. This is health. Our health matters. And she said a lot of people think I'm breaking my fast. Even me, I used to do it. I'll not take orange. Please don't take orange. It's acidic and there are some fruits you shouldn't take. Those are some of the things maybe next time when you come, you have to tell us the ones to take on empty stomach and the ones not to take. But we have cargo anyway. These are some of the things you see you can find out there. But the key point today is that health is wealth, and please take care of your health. Do it while you still have the time. You're healthy enough to check. Not when you are done, you won't be able to tell. Like she said, a lot of people at that point, you won't be able to tell them about your history, and it becomes very difficult. So do well to take care of your health. Until I see you again next week, Thursday. Remember that peace is priceless, so let's give peace a chance. I remain yours truly, Princess KESSY. See you next week.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtimes having a.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. My name now Femi, aka the Music and Taliban. What up, Nigeria?